going on, Jerome's? So we Vikings fans have pined, implored, cajoled, begged and pleaded for years for the Vikings to have the meats along the offensive line, right? And it's a little bit of shut up and take my money, just spend up, go get your guys, and that's exactly what they did. This offseason, bringing Ryan Kelly, Will Fries, replacing Garrett Bradbury and Ed Ingram, respectively. We're good to go, all right? But I'm perfectly fine with spending the cash, but it is a pretty penny. Vikes fan page. The Vikings will be investing around $50 million in their offensive line this season, based on 2025 cap hits, according to Over the Cap. Darrisaw 9.7, Brandel 3.9, Kelly and Fries 5.6 apiece, and Brian O'Neill $26 million. Now, O'Neill is an extension candidate. A couple years left on his contract, some large cap hits. They could flatten things out if they want some more cap room, or they could just take it on the chin right now. Lots of options for them. But overall, even with Brandel in there, and yeah, the Vikings could spend up a draft pick. They could draft Gray Zabel from NDSU, Tyler Booker from Alabama, Donovan Jackson from Ohio State, Tate Rowledge from Georgia. They could have a rookie at left guard, or Walter Rouse or Michael Juergens could step up. So maybe that cost goes down since all those guys would be on the rookie deals. But either way, you got a premium offensive line with premium players, and you're going to pay a premium price. Also, this is Kirk Cousins and Sam Darnold just seeing the Vikings spend up on free agency along the offensive line for JJ McCarthy. It is really good. And it is important because one of the things that most ruins young quarterbacks is a bad offensive line. And the Vikings are doing the best that they possibly can. And McCarthy obviously had a very good college offensive line at Michigan. Jumping Jim Harbaugh's talked ad nauseum about how an offensive line affects the entire team, not just the offense, as well as a dedication to running the ball this year. Jordan Mason and Aaron Jones back on an extension. So going to get after things. And the offensive line, I really like where we are as constitute because, frankly, I think that Brandel's PFF grade from last year, 65.7, was only the games that Darrisaw was around. So when Darrisaw went down with a knee injury before the half against the Rams early in the season, Brandel, the wheels sort of fell off, right? And I think that is the impact, the gravity, and the gravitas of Christian Darrisaw, because not only is he damn good at left tackle, but also he helped secure the left guard spot quite a bit. Plus, you would think that an upgrade from Bradbury to Ryan Kelly, the veteran, would help Brandel out even more. So even though I would love to be able to draft a player that is capable of coming in and playing that left guard at a high level, Brandel, Rouse, Juergens, whoever ends up starting left guard, it is what it is. But Darrisaw and O'Neill, for my money, are one of the best offensive tackle duos in the NFL. Fries was off to a torrid start last year before he went down with that broken leg. And Ryan Kelly had a bit of a step back, but also he was without Will Fries for the bulk of the 2024 season. So that does factor in. Also, just Anthony Richardson just can't decide what to do. That's a factor in there as well. But the Vikings have spent up. Not only... I feel like cap hits are an imperfect way measuring the contract value because on a given year, the caps are going to vacillate. But in terms of average per season, Darrisaw, premium money, O'Neill and Fries making $18.5 and $17.5 respectively. Ryan Kelly getting $9 million per. And Brandel on that 3-year deal, $9.5 million seems like a steal, right? But in terms of the cap as well as positional spending. The Vikings offensive line now currently ranks 5th in the league behind the Panthers because Robert Hunt. Come on, man. The Chiefs. So the Chiefs spend so much on offensive line, except it's still bad. Yeah. The Giants as well as the Bears, obviously going with Thuney and Jonah Jackson as well as Pan Abdalman as well. So what's funny too, the Giants spent so much on offensive line and they're kind of ass outside of Andrew Thomas. That's kind of how it goes. Lions at 6, Broncos up there too. So generally, there is a pretty decent correlation between what you spend on offensive line and what you get out of it, right? Except for the Giants and the Bears. It happens, man. But the Vikings, taking care of business up front, getting things going, and finally having an offensive line that you can be proud of. I think that not only will the Vikings have a top 5 offensive line in both the run as well as protecting JJ McCarthy, I think that they will be the engine of what is going to be one of the best offenses in the National Football League. And we talked about this ad nauseum with JJ McCarthy. Best situation for a first-time starting quarterback in league history. He doesn't have to play hero ball, and that's perfectly fine. Stay within himself, take what is there, learn on the job, distribute the ball to playmakers, and that's it. Run play action to perfection because he's very adept at that. So this offense is going to be a lot of fun, and it's mainly because the Vikings finally got serious about taking care of things, especially along the interior of the offensive line. Is it expensive? Yes. Is it worth it? Absolutely yes. But your thoughts are thoughts. Vikings spending the most on offensive line in team history. Let us know. Comment section. You guys are the best. You know what to do. Skol. Production value.